talk about walk us through the race today.
Yeah, no, I felt confident. Leading in, I'm still in pretty hard training because pre's a big race next week, and I mean the field's not that great, but it's a good race. So I'm really obviously focusing on that. I wanted to get the standard here today. I'm definitely in really good shape, so that was the plan. Kind of just didn't get on the pace. I expected more people to kind of push forward for it, and then the last lap felt very slow for me, which was a good sign. So I came through on the outside and just made it so I could win the race. And overall, I'm happy with it. But obviously, taking the standard was the goal. But winning this race, it's good points for me. I don't win many races anymore because I'm usually in these races where if you're winning it, you're probably the Olympic and world champion. So it's a good confidence booster leading into pre.
Ollie, you talk about pre. Do you remember being in the races hyped up?
No, Oslo, when I was injured, that was a big race. I think Josh Kerr was 10th and he ran 3:30. And he said that's the best opener he's ever had. So this is a big one. This is going to be a big one for a lot of egos, but I think it's going to be a big one for me because it'll be the first race where I'll have a kind of inkling of where I am with the world's best. And I mean, there's a bit of tossing and turning with the banter, but really, you can't just respect that field. If you do, you'll get eaten alive. And my plan is to respect that field, but put my position in place as hard as I can.
We've always talked about the rivalry between Inge and Kerr on the podcast a bunch. If someone's pretty close to it, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, I mates with them off the track. I think it's funny because the sport needs it. It needs a bit of upkeep, but then we had Hobbs Kessler on the podcast last week, and he's 21 years old, and he had a response that maybe somebody that's been in the sport for 40 years should have, where he talked about in high school, when you're coming through the system, whatever event you do, whether you're a male, female, non-binary, whatever you are, you always had that love and respect from your teammates, from your competitors. You always had some sort of feeling of comfort, and Hobbs doesn't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that. But I want the shit talk. I want the banter. It's got to hit the right line. It's got to hit the right audience. And I've seen Josh back away a little bit. I've seen Jakob kind of double dip down into it, but he's kind of talking about the general feel. But Jake Whiteman's back. He's a world champion. Jared Nagoose, 343. Like, these guys are keeping quiet, and they're going to wait for the opportunity to strike. And when they do strike, I guarantee you they will make a comment. And it won't be to diss the field, but it would spark a bit of, hopefully, a bit of humor and a bit of attention that we can get a season 2 maybe on that Netflix show. So that's the plan.
Is this kind of like Drake and Kendrick Lamar?
Well, I'm a big Kendrick guy, so can't comment on that. But yeah, it's similar ways in which you're dealing with two great athletes. And I think the interesting aspect of this is that what's going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years? I mean, you have Cam Myers, 17-year-old. Is he going to start taking down that path, or is he going to be like, I don't care, I'm here to race and I'm enjoying being with these people? It all depends. It's all going to vary. But the personalities that I know Jakob is and I know Josh is, it makes sense. It's actually surprising it's taken this long, to be honest. This makes sense of who they are as people, but you run a bad race or you run a good race, they're always there to congratulate you, respect you, but they want to put on a show.
Is your York kind of like this because you guys are, not under the radar, but the hype, the boxer poster, and like Ollie Fraser.
Yeah.
But you guys have pretty good resumes.
Yeah, no, my resume is not bad. I mean, it's not terrible. Yeah, Mario's resume is not bad either. 4th and 6th as a professional runner.
Commonwealth Games is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, Commonwealth Games is yeah, thank you. It's a big deal. But I think a lot of that stuff is all going to depend on how can you handle that pressure. Can Josh handle? Can Jakob handle it? I mean, whoever wins the Olympic Games in Paris is going to have to handle that for the next 4 years. So you just have to take it as it is, but also just know that you can take the luxury of maybe being in the corner and enjoying being the shadows coming through and having that kind of success. But then once you're there, you have to be able to deal with it. So.
What's your message to all the Coffee Club fans out there?
Keithy Squeezy's coming back. He's taking a bit of time, but he's coming back. Morgan McDonald, 13 minutes for the 5K, about bloody damn time. He can finally stop stressing about shit like that guy's been through. I mean, George and Morgan have been through a lot of adversity. I have been through recent adversity, but not as much as they have. And to see that success last night really put a big smile on my face. So Coffee Club Nation's hopefully happy with that one.
But Ollie, not just him, but Spencer. I mean, how special is it to see what your country's doing right now, man?
It's weird. It's weird. It's great. It's just weird because we've always had this strong depth in Australia, but we've never had that kind of consistency and also that height that it is at right now. Stu McSwain started it. Cameron Myers is coming through. Adam Spence, Jesse Hunt. It's insane. I mean, UK has that reputation already. They're an incredibly hard team. I was talking to Fogg earlier today and how difficult they make that team is. It's insane. The USA is always difficult, always. If you make that USA team, you're expected to medal. I mean, Joe Kovacs spoke about that in the press yesterday. And Yeah, it's incredible. It makes me happy because I'm going to be a melted candle in like 5 to 10 years. I have 2 hip replacements, 2 knee replacements. I'll be old, I'll be irrelevant, but I'll have a smile on my face because I know that particularly my country has a good depth and a good history, and I can follow it and be very proud to be an Australian. So it's amazing. It's just great to be part of it.
What would be a good result for you next week, do you think?
I'd win it. I'd love to win it. Is that going to happen? Who knows? But I think it's going to be much more tactical than we expect, but a tactical 346 race is still a 346 race. I think it'll go that quick. But there's going to be a lot of competitors. So the one person I know who usually takes it out hard will not want that many competitors in it, but he also doesn't want to get beaten by one specific guy. And I think Yared is also going to be in incredible shape. So, yeah, I know. But I'm training with him, so I'm in incredible shape. So we're in a really fun position, and it's in a point in year 2 where we can enjoy where we are, where we're placed, whether it's good or bad. We can enjoy the progression of like, I hated that, I'm going to do better, or I did really well here, let's continue it. So, but yeah, to win it, top 3, to run the standard, to break Australian record would be amazing.
Thanks, Ollie.